us all being here together. It would be a tragedy if we left here without having discovered what that was. And it's different for every group of people that come together, but for this unique mix of people that are here, we're all midwives in a way. We're midwives for the moment. There's something in this moment waiting to be born. And it's our responsibility to ensure that the labour is as painless as possible, and that what is born is given a good chance to live and make a difference in the world. So that moment isn't about you, it isn't even about us as a group, or even the world. It's about something which is in the space which unites us all. It's something that's within us, and it's also something that's beyond us. So the real focus for today should be about supporting the moment that we're all sharing, ensuring that it gets the best chance to make a difference to each of us and also beyond us. Does that sound like a useful kind of motivation to be moving forwards with today? Yeah. Anybody want to tweak that? Like I said, it's not just down to me to put this down in terms of a lesson or whatever. Each one of you have got to contribute today. You have got something, you know, as a talent or otherwise, which is going to help somebody else in this room. It is your duty to ensure that happens. If you leave here and all you've been is silent, and you just focus on yourself, you've missed the purpose of the moment. You're here to share what you've got that maybe you're being silent about beyond yourself, so it can make a difference. And that maybe you can come back to you and make a difference back to you. Yes, Billy?
So I want to tweak what you said about the, well for me anyway, to tweak the, we're here, I think you said something like we're here to empower the world.
Yeah.
So my tweak would be, I can't empower the world, and I can only create the environment where the world can feel empowered.
Right.
It's like I can't motivate you, only you can feel motivated.
That's a good point. Good point. Because a long time ago, it just reminded me of something I'd actually said myself, which is, I didn't want to become a billionaire in terms of money. I want to become a billionaire in terms of the number of people that I've helped. Okay, but then I changed that a little bit. I tweaked it in a way that you just did, which was, actually, I don't want to help a billion people directly, one-on-one. I want a billion people to be able to help each other through something that I've created. And that's important, because if you're not around, who's going to make the difference? You need to create something beyond you that's going to survive you and continue to be able to make the difference. And that means you have to get your own ego and personality out of the way. Because if you're not going to be around, then you're going to have to create something which is not going to have to rely on that in order for it to continue and survive and make a difference.
Can I just...
Yes,
I do agree with what Bev says, and I also think it can be looked at another level. So empowering the world, I do believe that we all can do it, because it's a second-by-second decision. Because almost every action we take, in deciding to do it or not, there's that question of, is this going to empower the world or is it going to diminish it? So I think on that very instant level we can empower it, but as a long-term goal, then probably it is around creating the environment.
it's very yin and yang, if you think about it. There's stuff that we can do as individuals, and stuff that we can do as an extension out there in the world. And they've got to be in harmony, to some degree, on a moment-to-moment, second-to-second basis. And this whole thing about what we do in the moment for ourselves, and what proportion is about us, and what proportion is about the world, and what proportion is about each other, that really is what the central aim of today is. It's how, on a second-by-second, day-by-day, person-to-person basis, do we get the proportions right? So that we can continue to sustain the difference that we're bringing into the world. That word's important, sustainability. Okay, it's not just about growth, 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 all right, as a lot of economists and bankers love to focus on. I believe that's one of the reasons why Gavin actually left the banking industry, because he thought, no, let's move away from just endless growth, and how about endless sustainability? That always something we're always aiming for, right? Gavin, you were going to say something?
It was only two quick things, and one is in relation to Bev's point, which kind of reminded me of the Einstein quote, I never teach my pupils. I only create the conditions under which they can learn. And the second thing was with regard to the notion of field working. I know that you're going to go into much more detail, and just the analogy of a farmer tending and nurturing a field for kind of optimal, sustainable fertility, etc., etc. So I think it's a lovely kind of metaphor.
There are going to be some things I'm not going to say because they're probably going to emerge, and I'd rather not lecture you. I'd rather you help discover it for yourself.